Hey guys, so yesterday I did a video on the swatches of the Viseart Tryst palette and I have completed a look here. So if you want to know the details of this palette as well as see me create this look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so this is the Viseart Tryst palette. For those of you who watch me, you know that this was on one of my anti-hauls recently, but it was more of a case of I like this palette, I think it's beautiful, but I already own a lot of the shades, but I was still kind of like, should I get it? And I gave in and I got it. Now this is £37 on Beauty Bay. It was out of stock on Beauty Bay, and then the other day I just decided, you know, let me try and see if it's there. I still had some money left on my gift card, so instead of 37 I got it for 34. This is what the outer box looks like. So you guys know that I'm not really into like grams and ounces and this, that and the other, but just for you guys who are interested in all of that, I will tell you what it says. So it says the net weight is 14 grams, which is 0.49 ounces. As I said, it is £37. I know that a lot of their other palettes, the ones that have the see-through casing, those ones are a lot more expensive. So it will be interesting to find out why this one is a lot cheaper, considering that the packaging is a lot more luxe than the packaging, which is a lot more cheaper looking. Those ones are more expensive. Also, for those of you who like to know about ingredients, it says that the first ingredients are mica and talc. So if any of you have any adversities towards those ingredients, that is something to keep in mind, because there are some people who are not keen on those ingredients. So this is the palette itself. It's beautiful. I mean, look, it fits right in the middle of my hands. It's not overly crazy. It has rose gold, well, it has a rose gold plating on the top which says Viseart engraved, and it has their logo in the center, and it says Tryst at the bottom. Then this, well, hopefully I'm not blinding you, this here is what the palette itself looks like. On the bottom of the mirror it says Viseart printed there. On the bottom of the mirror it has the word Viseart printed, and it also comes with this little sleeve thing here which you can just pop off and put back on as and when you please. This comes with all of the names on it, and all of the shades are outlined in rose gold as well. And then these are the shades as well. I'm not going to do a swatch. I'm going to do swatches of these because we have already done a swatch video which I'll leave in the end cards or down below. So if you want to see how I create this look as well as my thoughts, opinions and my overall review on this palette, just keep on watching. I'm going to start off by going into this shade here, which is called Dangerous, and as you can see there's quite a bit of kick up. I'm just placing that all over the top part of my lid. Yeah, this is a bit on the powdery side. Now I'm going to use this shade here called Liaison. Hopefully you can see it. This one here. I'm going in right out that crease. So this is the first time I'm ever using the Viseart palette. I've never used anything by them before and I've only ever heard good things. I'm just going to use a clean brush with no product on it at all. Then I'm going to use the shade Illicit here, and I'm going to go in on the crease, but more on the outside, and drag it on into the inside. So I'm only using a little bit. Now for all over the lid, I'm going to be using this shade here. It's called Darling. And it's kind of like a peachy orangey shade. I've seen shades like this before. This duochrome kind of thing. Okay, so I'm gonna go and complete the rest of my makeup off camera, and I'm gonna come back and tell you my thoughts on the Viseart Tryst palette. Okay, so this is the final look. And I want to give you my thoughts and opinions on the Viseart Tryst palette. Now, first of all, the packaging is gorgeous. You know, if you've been watching me for a long time, that I am just somebody who just loves beautiful packaging, and this definitely does not disappoint on that front. I mean, it has the rose gold metallic feel front cover, and it has engraved in it Viseart Tryst, and then the rest of it is just plastic, but it does feel quite sturdy. Now, the shades themselves, now what I found is that they are quite powdery. When I put my brush into the shades, they did kick up quite a bit, like straight away. Although they did go onto the lid very, very well. I did need to build up some of the shades so that I can have the intensity that I wanted. And I decided not to do my lid color with a wet brush. I decided to do it with a dry brush so I can see exactly how they perform without any additional assistance. And I do feel that this shade here, it looks amazingly beautiful in the pan, but I don't feel like this translates onto the lid. This translates onto the lid as well as it looks in the pan. Now, Viseart is known for being quite an expensive high-end brand, and I've heard nothing but good things about Viseart, but I don't know if this formula is the exact same as the formula of the palettes that they have, which are, you know, they have palettes which have like see-through front case. I don't know if this formula and that formula are the same, because people literally rant and rave about those palettes. This one, I just don't feel like it is anything to go, oh my gosh, spend all your coin on it. I just don't feel like it's that kind of thing. But to keep in mind, this is a £37 palette. I know that some of their other palettes are like £60 plus. So what is the difference? What's making them different aside from the amount of shades that you get? I'm not too sure. So because I've tried this one first, based off of me trying this palette, do I feel like I would go out and buy any of their others? No, I don't feel like this is worth £37 personally. I just don't. The shades have blended out very, very nicely, but I think that I can achieve the same kind of look and get the same kind of quality shades with a much cheaper palette. And I think that in this instance, this was more about the name rather than the quality of the shades. It doesn't mean to say this is not a beautiful palette. It really is. It gives me kind of like bridal feels, very natural feels. As you know, this was in my anti-haul, but it was in my anti-haul because I felt like I don't need it, but I wanted it, and in the end I gave in because it's my birthday coming up, you know. But I don't feel like you need to run out and buy this. So I don't think you need to drop your coin on this palette, to be 100% fair. I think if you have a palette which has similar shades to this, and I mean, when I look at this now, I kind of feel like I already knew that there was going to be loads of palettes that have very similar shades to this, but I mean, if you had the Carly Bible palette, that is a great comparison to this one in my opinion, because her shades are very, very natural, very like plum toned, down that kind of road. So I don't necessarily feel like this is a necessity to your collection. It's just down to personal choice. I mean, the pigment, yeah, it's nice, it's there, it's showing up, it blends out okay, but it's just not a must-have. It's not a must-have. So it's kind of like, I was expecting a bit more and I didn't get it. So such is life. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.